Greetings, I am Speaker Jermaine, and we're going to begin a series entitled The Question. The supreme symbol of intelligence is the question mark, and I use the word question as a metaphor, quest I on, a question. And today's question is, what is death? At 27 years old, I'll never forget the day. I had a convertible white Mustang with peanut butter interior. You couldn't tell me nothing. I loved that car so much. And one day I decided to put my top down, put on my music, and take a drive. And I left the city that I grew up in, Carson, DA, forever, where I'm from. I drove to Long Beach, and I pulled over to the gas station. And I was getting gas. And as I'm pumping gas, I look to my left, and I see this woman, and it was as if everything stopped. I literally had like an out-of-body experience just looking at her. It was an instant soulful connection. She kept turning her head and smiling at me, and I kept smiling at her. I was just like, oh man, who is this? So I parked my car, I walk over, I introduce myself, and I asked her, I said, hey, do you mind if I sit down? And she said, no. I said, what is your name? And she said, my name is Andrea. I said, well, Andrea, nice to meet you. My name is Jermaine. And we sat down and started talking. We were smiling on the inside. Our spirits, our energy was just so in tune with each other. We both love hip hop. We both love history. And we both love art. And I was like, wow. I said, listen, would you like to go get something to eat? She said, well, I'm not going to get in your car. You're a stranger. I said, well, I tell you what, I'm going to park my car and let's just walk. It's right up the way there. I'm not a bad person. I'm not going to touch you. I'm not going to bother you. She said, I know. I said, okay, come on, let's walk. And so we're walking in Long Beach. We get downtown Long Beach and go into a little restaurant. The whole time we're just smiling and giggling at each other because we just is so enamored with each other. She was a beautiful woman. She had long black hair, beautiful skin complexion, no makeup like I like, no tattoos, just naturally pretty. But the essence of her, she had an aura about her that was so magnetic. It was so pure and so beautiful. I was just drawn to her instantly. Throughout the whole conversation over lunch, I'm just smiling. Like the more I ask her questions, the more I like her. The more she asks me questions, the more she's smiling. Finally, I said, after we finished eating, I said, hey, you want to just continue walking and we can just go over to the beach and just sit down and just get something to eat. After we get a snack or something like that. She was like, okay, that's fine. So we got a little snack and sat there and was drinking tea, looking out over the water, and we continued to talk. And I just started asking her questions about her favorite music, her favorite food, her favorite book. She knew about Rumi. She knew about poetry. We read some of the same books. I said, what's your favorite book? She said, The Spontaneous Fulfillment of Desire. I said, no way, that's my favorite book. She was like, you're into Deepak? I said, yeah. You into Deepak? She was like, yeah. I said, oh my God, this is crazy. I said, okay, here it is. What's your favorite color? She said, green. I said, man, stop it. My favorite color is green. I said, okay, when's your birthday? She said, my birthday is October 15th. I said, listen, there is no way that your birthday is October 15th. She's like, why? I said, my birthday is October 15th. She said, this is crazy. I said, oh my God, this is crazy. I was like, I've never met a female version of me, a mirror of me in every single way. This is crazy. So time is just flying by because it's a soulful connection. So I was like, man, it's 10 o'clock. I was like, well, look, let me walk you back. I said, well, listen, I don't want this conversation to end. I was like, can I see you tomorrow? And she was like, sure. I said, well, can you get in a car next time? She was like, sure, I will. I said, okay. And I walked her back to her house. We hugged each other, walked her inside, and then I proceeded to walk up the street. I got into my car, took off. I'm smiling the whole time that I'm driving. I get inside my little apartment. I'm just smiling ear to ear. I'm excited. I'm planning what I'm going to do tomorrow, you know? So go to sleep, wake up. I'm just excited. I'm like, okay, Wynn brought me something new to wear. And the old school way was you would clean your car top to bottom. It would be immaculate. You make sure your inside of your car don't have a speck on it. You make sure that your rims are spotless. You make sure that you got your armor all. You make sure that your car is smelling good. Put down your top, play some old school music, and now you're ready to go. Make sure your breath was fresh. Make sure that you're smelling good, looking good. And I drive over there. It's about 4:30 in the evening. So I drive over there, park my car, got my top down. I walk up, knock on the door. This tall Hispanic guy answers the door. And he was like, "Who are you?" And I said, "Oh, I'm here for Andrea. My name is Jermaine." He was like, "You here for who?" I said, "I'm here for Andrea." And he was like, "Hold on, man." Closes the door. I'm still standing there like, damn, what's going on? He walks outside. He said, "Hey, come over here for a second." I was like, okay. He was like, "Man, I don't know who you are, but Andrea died in a car accident this morning." I was like, what? He said, "That's my sister." I said, "I am so sorry, sir. I met her yesterday and we agreed to go out on a date. I'm so sorry to come to your house, so sorry to bother you." I walked away. He closed the door. I go in my car and I just start crying. Like, I didn't know what to do because of the racial tensions with Black and Hispanics at that time wasn't good. I didn't know nobody in the family. I only knew her for a half a day. What is the lesson here? The lesson is she taught me in that short period of time that the purpose of life is to live a purposeful life. She taught me that love can come in the most mysterious and the most unprepared moment. She taught me that happiness and joy can come at any time. She taught me that spontaneity is connected with synchronicity. And as the divine orchestration of the universe, that when your soul opens up and connects with another soul, that the purpose of life in that moment is for two people to transcend them physical selves, to see through the lens of them spiritual selves, and for their hearts, that feel of magnetic impulse to sync together. She taught me a life lesson of love in a half a day. I never went back over to that home. I carry Andrea in my soul, in my spirit, because she taught me on my path the beauty of love. I love and respect and honor Andrea always. I am Speaker Jermaine, and I am at my best, and so are you. Peace and blessings.